Hello and welcome to another Fresh Off the Stalls, alright? Maybe I should be doing posh Victorian. I don't know, we've gone Victorian today, because why not? But mainly because I went to see Jeckyll and Hyde at the Platform Theatre at King's Cross. So I thought, like, yeah, let's go a bit Victorian. I've got the hat. This is a proper ebony cane with a wonderful sterling silver band. Wonderful present from my housemate who you've seen before. I'm also trying to get into the mood by drinking gin. I've run out of tonic as well, so this is just gin. The things I do for theatre. So anyway, Now, the last time I was... Ooh, gosh, that's good gin. The last time I was drinking gin for one of these was because I'd just seen something really, really harrowing. Not the case. I'm drinking gin because I just fancy a drink of gin. And I've actually seen something that's really, really good, and I'm quite happy and a little bit disturbed by it. So it's Jeckyll and Hyde, so it's a stage adaptation, of course, of Robert Louis Stevenson's Dr. Jeckyll and Mr. Hyde. So you're kind of going like, oh, of course, it's going to be a bit creepy, it's going to be a bit possibly Grand Giggle, maybe, but definitely Victorian, definitely a bit and you don't get that per se. You don't get what you expect. Everything about this production really just completely shatters your expectations, not just in quality, but how you feel the evening is ever going to go. I mean, it starts off, so the whole premise is that this man is trying to sell the diaries of some lawyer to someone in, I think, Hong Kong or Shanghai. Anyway, it's sort of set in a sort of Chinese junk shop. And then as he tells the prospective buyer the story, reads from it, it comes alive. I just kind of started thinking, oh no, it's going to be a bit of a third-rate Woman in Black, possibly. And especially like moody lighting, creepy sound effects. But then, you know, it starts out and thinking, like, okay, my expectations are low. And then it just goes mad. And I mean literally mad. Everything about this production is so strange. But I think it's deliberately strange. So there's really bizarre, unrefined musical interludes, sudden bursts of oddball physical theatre, which at one point I still can't quite figure out what it's trying to be. It doesn't really even make sense. But at the heart of this wonderful retelling, well, not even a retelling, it's almost a rewriting by Jonathan Holloway that makes Jeckyll and Hyde so much more easy to connect with modern issues. I don't want to give the plot away, but it has everything to do with gender. I mean, the first thing, and it's established very early on, I can say this. So, Dr. Jeckyll is a woman. So yes, an Eastern European woman who's practicing medicine and research in London, which is how this lawyer comes into contact. But yeah, so it's just like, it's a nice twist on the story, but it kind of starts, it feels very, very fresh. And what I love about Jonathan Holloway's retelling is that because you already know the story of Jeckyll and Hyde, it's kind of very ingrained in sort of just general culture. He knows, so Jonathan Holloway knows that you can kind of get a gist of what's going on, but you never quite fully get it. So you're there, you're sat in the theatre, you're a bit creeped out by it all. It's quite a creepy production, and you're just like, I don't really know where this is going, I don't really know what's going on. And to me, that really is I don't want to call this horror because it's not horror per se, but it's certainly a chiller or a thriller theatre. That essence of what makes things so creepy is that you're constantly unsettled, not just in the subject of the story and the moments of tension, but the fact that just this crazy stuff is constantly going on. It's just like, I have no idea what's going on. What does this mean? What? That's weird. Why are you doing that? I don't know what's going on. But I'm really, really enjoying this. And you do get hooked completely into the story. I mean, I'm probably babbling on. That's about as much sense as I can make of it at the moment. I really hope I can squish it down into something a bit more concise when I come to do the full written review. But yeah, it's a really great new version, if not a completely new tale, based on Dr. Jeckyll and Mr. Hyde. And go see it, especially as the staging was just... I walked in the auditorium, I was like, oh, oh, this is absolutely mad. I love it. It's really high end. It looks amazing. It's this kind of steep raked sort of frost with grates and lights coming up and lots of theatrical haze. It looks like the interior of this of an abandoned a Victorian dockside warehouse, and it just looks fantastic. Great work with lighting, especially shadows, and it looks great, and great as in there's plenty of greats here as well. Not at all expected. Wonderful sort of, it's got this sort of wonderful, it's also got these wonderful, gorgeous Chinese lanterns hanging from the top to kind of get that sort of symbiosis between Victorian London where the events happen and then the sort of Chinese junk shop in possibly Hong Kong or Shanghai. I can't quite figure it out. It was never established. It's China somewhere, where Hong Kong wasn't really. Anyway, let's not go into the politics of that. Yeah, so wonderful sort of symbiosis is even the right word. I have no idea right now. More gin. More gin. Gin fixes everything. Apart from me. So, yes, direction. I really loved it. Some wonderful moments where your attention is drawn to one side of the stage. You don't see some people get onto the stage. Like, oh, what? They just appeared. I hate it when we do that because I feel, especially as a reviewer, I should be on to their tricks. As tricksy hobbits directing theatre and destroying rings and pits of fire. And directors. Yeah, it's great because sort of okay, I'm a bit unsettled. How, when, who? And there's some wonderful moments of real tension here as well from director. Jonathan Holloway also directs. Marvelous, right? Yes. Well, he's very good at both. So brilliant. Really, really racks up the atmosphere of attention. Knows how to how to string the audience along. Knows how to make them feel weirded out, creeped out, totally discombobulated, and it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Actors as well. I'm going to assume that Olivia Winteringham is Dr. Jeckyll, seeing as we're the only sort of non-Chinese female on the cast list. I hope that's right. Some character names next to them would help a little, but I'm going to assume she was amazing. Like the most weird, creepy, yet at the same time, because her character is also is described as an addiction, and it kind of is. You're so into her as Dr. Jeckyll. You're so bewitched. So she's this domineering, sinisterly charming, but at the same time creepy as hell person, and she's just wonderful. At it, a real sort of great force on the stage, and I could mention the rest of the cast. I shouldn't I? But I don't know who's who, so it's a bit difficult. They're all really good. They are. I'm not saying that as some sort of like, oh yeah, the rest of them. They are all really good. They work really well together, especially with throwing themselves into just the weirdness of the direction, but also really getting into the sort of very modern, complex depth that is within this brilliant retelling. I'm going to stop there because it's getting on for almost 10 minutes now. Go see this. I wasn't expecting much, especially even when it started. As I said, I thought it'd be a bit Woman in Black. It isn't. It's something completely different. Don't go with any expectation. Don't even go with any expectations of what you know of the original Jeckyll and Hyde story, because it's not even that. It's something that's based in it that is just really fresh, really original, and just so well done, and just a brilliant, atmospheric, tense evening that I've not had in theatre for a while now. Not that long, but yeah, compared to the last few things I've seen. Brilliant. Thank you very much for bringing this show to London from Hong Kong. Thank you very much for inviting me. I really do look forward to writing up my full review and hopefully finishing the rest of this gin. Oh, that's good gin. Anyway, cheerio!